Good evening and welcome to the October 24th, 2022 Public Board Meeting for the Kingston City Land Bank. My name is Mike Gilliard. I serve as the Executive Director of the organization. We ask that members of the public limit their comments to no more than 2 minutes per speaker. And with that, I turn it over to the Board Chair, Mr. Daniel Cantor. I think just statement of quorum.
We have for Daniel, Bob, Aaron, Nate, and currently we have our full voting board. And we vote to accept prior meeting minutes as uploaded to YouTube. And we will happily make the motion.
Second.
All in favor of passing that meeting minutes. Motion passes unanimously. So okay. This has already been discussed at great length, so I think we can go fast. We would like to merge the communication committee with the fundraising committee. There's crossover in their activities and eliminate the meeting. So there's a motion to that. I'm really trying to do it.
We should make the motion, then a second, then we talk, then we vote. Motion. I'll second.
Any
Discussion.
discussion?
Well, the only thing I would say is there might be a separate. So I just wanted to raise it that's certain.
I think it's a valid concern. I also feel like just as easily as we're changing this, we can change that pretty well. I mean, I think in light of what there has been market and in light of like sort of facing the reality of the super near future is going to be doing a ton of fundraising activities. And given our small to me.
It's a worry, but it's a concern, but I don't think unless it's surfaces on it.
So
Keeping that on our radar.
They're in the pack.
The only comment I have about the charter is that the charter has the same clause in there, talks about membership and limits about 4. Remember that it's problematic on some of our other things. Open meetings law issue that went away. So I'd say 4. Put a 10 on it.
Everything. Could we? Right, is there any reason why
In what way?
just zero that?
Certainly. We could amend it now. And as amended, you could vote on it. Okay.
Do we want to them? all, or?
I don't see any reason.
So if I could suggest that we amend it to, so this is regarding section 2 membership. Recommendation shall consist of board members elected by the issues campus and.
I'll second that. I'll second that revision that you're suggesting. Right. Yeah, we have to, I don't know if we have a motion. I don't know how do you adjust?
Oh,
that?
now you don't know.
I know. I'll get Robert's.
You're
rules, right.
I believe I can call for a vote on the,
What you can do is you can amend your. You made a motion to merge the committees based on this charter. If you want to amend that, say. You want to merge the committees based on this charter with the revision, then there'd be no. How's that?
I will entertain a motion to merge these two committees. The details in the charter as amended 3 minutes ago to remove the. Now
I'll-
repeat it. with me.
I'll second that. We don't have to be recorded.
Any further discussion? All in favor of merging and fundraising? Thank you. And now I have announcements, a few announcements. So we had our September meeting at the beginning of this month, so it's kind of a short one. But during that time, sad to report, we had another resignation, so we'll take to join the board. So we can demonstrate for his service and hopefully we'll stay in touch and stay involved. Eric and I had the great pleasure of meeting with the folks from the mobile.
Keeping it close.
Oh, okay. So we met with the folks from Omaha and I believe the majority of their staff and the majority of their board. Very, very nice people. We walked through Greenville and through Franklin, compared notes and war stories. All very exciting. So thank you to Omaha. The city of Kingston disposition policy resolution remains sort of up in the air, so it went from finance to the council, got kicked back to finance, and at finance, the past meeting was decided to put it on the agenda again for the next meeting. In the meantime, council members seem inclined to organize their thoughts and concerns and potentially incorporate some new language to the resolution. Personally, I think it's a good thing and glad that they're sort of bought into the process, especially this was done sort of later from them. So we will continue to try to meet with those members, particularly that children. Hopefully somebody will get back to something because we would really love to talk. Vice Chair directly. Is that strong enough? We had a requisition at Franklin. I will have more details on that. But continues. Tell you more. We have a big groundbreaking event to celebrate closing on legacy cities. You all know we were the first land bank in New York to close on this program due to Mike and Erica and Kyle and Bowen very, very hard work over pretty much a year to get this done. It was, I think, quite well attended. From CPC came,
HCR.
HCR came, Michelle Hoshi, our senator came, who I happened to run into. Now we're the best. So it was really, really cool. And thank you to those that came out. And we actually got some maybe quite positive press out of it, which is not always the press we get. But yeah, I think it went well. It was totally fun. Weather was great. Shortly after that, I went on this radio program. More the day after that, I went back on the radio for the Spanish language show.
La Voz. La Voz. That's the program name, sorry. La Voz.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. They were really, really great to talk to. The radio. And speaking of events, on Wednesday, so 48 hours, less than 48 hours ago, we will be having a little ribbon cutting at 141 Greenville. Everyone knows, but it's our recently completed home. I believe we're a few weeks out probably, or give or take from closing with selected buyers. And so maybe the last opportunity for people to see the house and for off the keys. So it's been really fun. 3 p.m. Open door. Okay. So fun. Last thing, which I don't know where to really put this, but maybe we can cover that. Mike sent an email earlier today about scheduling the DEI training. So we reached out to the folks that are doing it to get what dates are available between now and the end of the year. And we, since we're all here, just try to schedule this. I believe we wanted to do 2 days.
I believe it was 2 dates, 2 times, so 4 dates. That was, I could be wrong on
I thought it
that.
was 2 days.
Was it 2 originally, what I said? It was so long ago. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Well, I'm Mike with the land bank. Here's some Halloween candy if you like.
Oh, no, I'm watching my 2 minutes.
Okay. So it was 2 dates
I
total?
thought it was 2 days.
That's
Last
what I would think.
Okay.
Like, could get through it all. Lot. Very long.
Okay,
So they
2 dates total.
Is it prudent to move forward with this before the vacancies?
Well, so we talked about this for a few, like, I think this should probably be. And we don't know precisely what the program is. Have money in the budget. If we can settle on it.
Yeah, my only concern is I don't want to put the board in a bad. But like, jump.
It'll be at more of an advantage where a little more learning.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm not doubting the value of the training, I'm saying.
No, I get it.
I would like to say Erica, who we can't hear, just typed into chat that you can't see, but maybe it popped up. She thinks that she has a similar recollection that I do, that it's 4 days total.
Really.
So it makes it even harder to schedule
Because they
at this
feel
point.
like
I think they travel from DC. I forget where they're at.
You're Rochester.
Is it Rochester? Okay.
uh,
So
I
maybe
don't know anything.
if we could come up with, well, settle what you want to do.
So option, well, out of these 6 things, feels like it would be a small miracle for the work we're having. But let's just go through it. Sorry. Housekeeping will be over. November 4th. Who can do November? or more accurately, you cannot.
I can't do the first 2 dates. That we're off.
So you can't do or. Okay. How about November? Well, let's, can anyone else not do the 11th?
Kyle.
Uh, I can't do the 11th.
Feel like
And
Kyle dropped off. Kyle, can you hear okay without being on the phone? Because you're not on the phone right now. Because we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
I was trying to do this. You can't hear?
I
You
can't hear
me?
you.
You can't hear me.
Sorry. Could you
Can
call
I-
me?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, you should be back in the meeting.
So wait, sorry, picking up 11:11.
Yes, we can hear you, Kyle. 11:11 does not work for Kyle.
It's not or,
And
how
Eric-
about the 17th? Does the 17th not work?
Evening works well for me and I can pull up my calendar, but don't let it guide the
Okay,
schedule.
I think that just like evening would. Hi.
We have to mute the audio, Erica.
Hi, sorry. So none of the dates work for me because I can't do 4 consecutive, like 5:30 to 7:30 in the like in the evening. It just doesn't work for me.
Is that the only time that's not good or just?
So that was the original. The trainers wanted us to do one day, but because of the working board schedule, it didn't allow for the 1 day session, and it was broken out into a 5:30 to 7:30 on Thursday and Friday in consecutive weeks.
does it save us money to do one thing if we can figure it out? I mean, we don't have 4 travel, you know, we have 4 travel. We do it. We do it that.
I can check.
So,
The challenge would be getting 1 day where everybody,
okay, so right now the 17th though, as a day, pending the time, looks pretty good for everyone. Okay, I'll run with that. How about the 8th? Okay, 18th is enough. How about December 1st? Anybody have made conflicts on first?
I mean, I personally am gonna have conflicts with most of my schedule just because I have meetings, regular scheduled meetings throughout the day. So I just don't focus on my attendance if the group can come together.
So it sounds like the first would be a good option. Friday the 2nd. And Friday. Okay. So I have 11, 17, 18. And does anybody else have feelings about 1 day versus 2? It sounds like. With that.
Yep. We'll see.
I remember they did not sign it, but. You know, now that we're also.
Okay.
So this is back. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now, we have a public comment period. There's two members of the public, which could be a record. Hello and welcome. Do you want to introduce yourself and
My name is Bob. Robin. I'm Joe Bigelow, and I'm also also member of the active. Robin still is. Just want to see information. What's actually going on with some more input, things that we'd like to find out for ourselves. Have an opportunity to also about the housing. So in this area, my wife is going to be also she gets some. She's right. So we just like to get involved and help out in the way that we can. We have our-
she engaged? Yes. Okay.
Do my best. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to new people in the room. I will also probably keep it pretty brief, not trying to belabor the point, but we thankfully have gone from 8 properties under pre-development last month. Now we have 4 because we have 4 under construction. So that's a good thing for us. Those 4 properties are over at Gill Street. No updates on that other than waiting for, sorry? Yeah. What?
Goes with the foundation.
I'm talking, no, I'm talking about Gill as like a pre-development.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. The 4 that are under construction, I think will be brought up by ADC, because last month we had said we're gonna move those over. I was just highlighting, we're down to 4, so we only have 4 properties in the whole world. 69 Gill Street, we're hoping to have an opportunity to apply for restore funding from the city of Kingston if that becomes available to apply for. And that would hopefully give us the funding that we need to move that into the development pipeline, maybe under Legacy Cities 2 or something like that. Down the street, no updates. Henry Street, no updates. 3rd Avenue, no updates to speak of at this time. Under construction, we're up to 5, which is great. Daniel had mentioned Franklin. I'm sure there'll be more updates at the ADC section, so I won't talk over those. And also at ADC, we'll be talking about Legacy Cities. So Owen will jump into that with Bob. Sales side, as Daniel mentioned, I didn't want to throw the date out there, but we have a closing date. So the 3rd of next month will be the closing. Super excited. Everything's falling into place for the family. Everything's great. And as you mentioned, we have an event on Wednesday for the ribbon cutting. You're welcome to attend if you're interested. 3 p.m. at 149 Greenkill. It'll be the sale of the kind of an event commemorating the sale of the house. The sale won't take place until the 3rd of next month. But we like to have cake, t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, of course. 24 Hamilton, no updates on the sale of that, other than that the prospective purchaser is hopeful to be in contract with the GC next month. Again, probably more of an ADC update, but just wanted to mention it. Getting down to the funding source updates, the ARPA stimulus funding, where the city has assigned a program manager, I think might be the title. We're waiting to engage with the city. We're hopeful that we do so, and we can probably have more updates as that evolves, but no updates other than that. We're looking forward to working with the city on that. On the LBI funding and the 2023 NOVO funding, I'll leave that to the Finance Committee for some updates around that. And that was it. I was just hoping to schedule the DEI trainings, and I think we got those. So thank you.
On the. Which one for Bill?
We were invited to apply, as were others. And when the time came to, I think, move to an application, decisions were made to not include our property in that application. State. Is that a fair characterization?
We can only choose one project.
One project. Got it.
And other project is large. So it makes sense to choose the other project. There is another round this year. So
This is the city, a grant that the city applies for.
right, you have to have the resource.
God. And can you just what?
Yeah, it's public information. Center for photography, stop. Next to there's space, there's space.
Any resignation?
I think it's up in the.
Cool. Thank you, Mr. Director. Okay, and then what do you think?
I do. The 13th of December.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't meet, but we have some stuff to talk about. First of all, Owen. Hey, Owen. You want to give us a brief construction update?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Okay, great. I'll start with 24 Franklin Street. Our QC in that project is struggling to meet schedule. The GC continues to work on the project and does stay in active communication. I talk to him probably at least once a day during the week. The KCLB has these requests for corrective action to GC around their schedule and their progress. And I'd say we're getting kind of partial responses on those requests, just sort of in line with the whole activity on the project. So just as an example, we asked for revised construction schedule by a certain date. We got sort of a 2-week look ahead on the construction schedule. Asked for materials to show up on the job by a certain date. Have not gotten that, but I was on the phone, video call with the contractor as he's picking up material yesterday. So it's another request we made around the consistency around deployment. We haven't gotten that satisfied, but yet work does continue at the site. I think the obvious. So I have sort of a nuanced communication for the board and for the decision made of it to discuss last week, but it's like, no, I'm not happy with some of the progress.
yes, I feel like this schedule is drifting off track. Yet we are the intent on the project still seems positive. The chief seems to follow through the project, get things done. The GC is handling some personal issues. I'm not going to talk about on the video call, but that do create a nuanced situation for me. But I think, you know, the real question for me at this point is just whether they're going to successfully catch up to wrap up the exterior work before it's not usable, or before it leaves things hanging for the spring, which, as far as the DEC is concerned, that's still happening, which to me is surprising where we're at. I think it's, but that's still the intent. So it will be, to me, it seems unlikely that that will be met, but you will certainly know at your next board meeting whether that is met or not. Whether they, their current contracted deadline, or that negotiating delays of a couple weeks, in which case I think that's an okay outcome. But any questions on the subject of 124, Franklin?
What's his completion date? December 20. Okay, so, all right. So if he blows it by, right, if he blows it by a couple of weeks, we're still, yeah, that's, yeah, okay. But that's, all right, that's not, it's not like he's gonna miss 6 months at this point, you don't think? Right. No. But we're talking punch list, not, no signing, you kind of thing. Yeah, no, I understand. Good, okay. Appreciate your focusing on it.
Yeah.
It's not easy to help a contractor along. Good. Thank you.
Sure. To report, I just got to steps works schedule down. So,
Right. Right. But Well, we're lucky to have a competent partner there, which is helpful, our contract. Medea, yeah, for like I said, yeah. There's some comfort there. Okay,
We have a confidence inspection yet.
and a competent.
So
search.
that's
What more could you want? Okay, the other things on my list are Hamilton, which Mike talked about. We have a license. Are you done, Lowen? Am I cutting you off? I don't want to cut you off.
That's it, thank you.
Okay. We have a license agreement for the purchaser to continue his work and get a contractor and finish his plans. Our agreement expires in December. Seems to be on track to get there. He's experiencing some of the problems of others in that the costs are going up because of inflation, and finding a contractor that he can afford is a challenge, but he's working on it. So 149 Greenkill, done. All you gotta do is sell it. Which Mike pointed out will happen November 3rd. We're almost done. Just by way of other things that have been going on in the background, we've been looking at RFP drafts for a realtor to look at some of our sale as is properties, which is still gonna come soon, sometime in the next fall. I guess that's it. What am I leaving off? Anything? Nothing. Okay, we continue our adventures.
Is there, sorry. Update on, broker service.
Right. We looked at a couple of drafts, and we
Right.
like one from other land banks. The one from Syracuse is particularly, I think, is good. And we might use that as a model. It has an extensive and real life section on WMBE participation that's actually quantifiable, makes sense, and similar to the ones that are used by larger agencies. The others kind of just bump into it, don't really have a sound way to do that. So my favorite at this point is Syracuse, but we're still looking at it. Did I get that right, Mike?
It's my understanding too.
But as of now, don't. have a-
I think other timelines keep getting pushed off with other things. So right now, maybe a month from now would be, when everything else is in place to put that out.
And then steps for final. Like
Yes.
on those there.
I haven't set it around because we hadn't
The plan,
moved
yeah.
it forward, but it would go to the board for
We didn't
comment
want to,
first.
we didn't want to be in a place where we were marketing sale of a house.
Right.
That was
I
going to
know
conflict
that.
with our
I
marketing for the sale of Frank, which is
Right.
almost done. So we
I
want to
guess
get,
my feeling,
we don't want to be,
we can secure the services.
Right.
and-
so we have some time to get
Okay.
Frank and square.
It's ready to go, ish. It's close.
Yeah, I think it's, well,
It's close.
So, yeah, maybe around.
Okay. Yep.
that's it. Back to you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Tech. Okay. Finance and audit, Eric, I think it's all on you, because maybe not in attendance.
Hey, Erica, can you hear us? Okay. I think you're on.
I can't, it sounds really far away. I can hear you now, but you're like talking closer to the phone now.
Okay, can you do a finance and audit report?
Yes.
Thank you.
So this month we had the normal expenses. We had, which I think we referenced on the last board call. We did get a large donation that came in through donor advice funds, approximately $20,000. It was a family that made a donation the previous year, and they doubled their donation this year, so it's kind of exciting. The receive income from Legacy Cities closing. Excuse me. And then on the expense side, not a lot of expenses, just basic operating expenses, the consulting payments, as well as the requisitions for Beta and Gillett, right? We had the final payment application come in from Meta, and then there was nominal additional expenses for construction materials. Overall, we're in good shape. And if anyone has any questions regarding the financials, I'm happy to answer.
Regarding the large issue.
I can't hear.
Regarding the large issue, I just wanted to confirm that there's a process in place. For thank you. Assume there is. Or maybe that's. It. Yeah, I guess this is. Yeah, this is a a question. Not to use. Yeah.
Perhaps we'll discuss it at our first rate. We'll do some everything. I don't think.
Okay. Noted for our next.
Big problem. So, any other questions, discussion on finance?
Are there any other questions regarding the financials?
I don't think so, Erica.
Thank you, Erica. And
We should vote to accept it.
right, do you have anything?
I do not.
I will entertain a motion to accept the monthly treasurer's report.
Seconded.
All in favor of accepting the monthly treasurer's report. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Erica. Okay. All right. Aaron, we kind of sort of made you chair of this committee in your absence, which was super uncool. Do you want to do that? Wait, we can't hear you.
I think your phone might be muted, I guess.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can recap.
Let's let Bartek take it this time.
Hey, can you hear me through the phone?
Oh, now we
Yes.
can.
The phone right now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, Mike contacted me afterwards to make sure I was okay with it. I am okay with it. Sorry I couldn't be at the meeting, and sorry I'm not there tonight. I'm still at work. I'm happy to take over, continue on as chair fundraising under the joint committee organization, whatever the new committee is. Because there was not meeting this week, I don't have much of an update, so I'm gonna probably punt it back to those who were present. The only update I wanted to say was that I still haven't heard anything about the Hannaford Foundation grant that we applied for. Mike and Daniel, I just actually followed up this evening with the contact, and I CC both of you, just so when we hear back, everybody will know. I will pass it on to those who are present for this week's meeting for any additional updates.
Thank you. Bartek, do you have any addition?
Yeah, the only other thing, briefly discussed the website. Critical error that was fixed, so our membership form is now functional. Great. We briefly discussed merchant tags now that we have a new place. And we narrowed down. But yeah, potentially for the future. And then we also discussed making sure that we can place for the ribbon cutting. So those are the major discussion points. They were on this head.
Great job, everybody. Thanks. Are you gonna be able to make it on Wednesday?
Me?
Yeah,
I hope so, yes.
well, I hope so too.
That's my plan.
Cool. As far as I know, we don't have any upcoming people.
Is there anything to discuss right now with regard to marketing for Franklin, or is that something we can table until the next board meeting?
We've sort of tabled it until we have a better sense of the contractor's timeline. So we're not selling a house that we done.
That makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Governance. Am I?
I think you're the chair. How was your meeting?
I think we're the chair.
We did not have a meeting. this
We
month,
didn't.
But it is the shout. But it is important to know that we are doing board, continuing to schedule in early November. And everyone here was invited, is invited.
So,
We're still. We're still a vacancy. Yeah.
yes, we do.
Right. Well,
Just saying.
we, yes, well,
Listen, you showed up to the meeting. Okay. You're
I'll close
already-
the doors and we can all get to work.
yes, and also have interviewed two individuals we never, who are still waiting for the response. I think we're waiting to interview a four. Or maybe. That's all.
Cool. So yeah, for everyone in the room, outside of the room, we are still looking for board members. We're super fun and the work we do is really cool. So you should really consider joining. You can apply both on our website and on the City of Kingston's website, which is great, but. it is-
If any members of the public in attendance want to join the board, please apply.
We have a personal action. Come on. Okay. But I couldn't think of. Design very few updates. Owen's off the call. He's going to kill me if I don't get him 5 doors by yesterday. So that's the big update pretty much. All the specs, everything is in. I believe all 4 Legacy Cities kitchens have been ordered, which was kitchens are complicated, so that's gonna be great. Now. I think we have a second public comment period. Then I think we're gonna go into executive session. Where we'll have to pick everyone out. Maybe, is there any new business? Has that, there's no vote. Oh, so the meeting for the public. Over. So. Public comment period, we have 2. Are there any comments here?
So, again, the broadcast, so on that. A lot of this. Organization. The reason why we do is, interested, I know really especially purchasing homes, what we have affordable housing. That's one of the essential things that we have in common with the city of Dixon. And I know for a fact that right now we have purchased a couple of homes in Dixon, and we have and made it to the housing. I've noticed how other people did the same thing. Some of the houses look the same, and have a lot of houses around. That's not good. We have passed enough to help with this situation. In this community. It's essential for us to help out in that way. Aspect. I know we requested a list for some of the homes that we have that we help this serious situation. I know for the fact that we have our company have we have over 14 to 15 houses in the time of that within community. Community development. Community economic. Sorry. Yeah. So, like, yes. So, I haven't done anything past year or so, but prior to that, everything is stopped. We have several. Did a lot of things. With the city. I still continue. As I explained to you, there's a couple of houses that we have that position for customer over there. Still, see outside. There's other houses in the city. We also do 5 pictures, 4.5 pictures of what's been done. Anything that we've done, Steve said we've done in the time of fashion. So we're on the list. Spoke tonight, or a letter tonight. Hopefully consider us to do that. Also, we'd like to have it so that to get more information out to the younger generation as well, so they can help saving or purchase some houses in situations. I don't know if the website's really user friendly. Yeah, I'm not. So user friendly. So we're going to make it a little easier, for people like that. But or going around moving this, But anyway, so we're trying to more so spread the word about this, so that it's a serious situation that's in the city, but. The problem can't be cured unless there's more buildings erected or the spear picks up the right way. So we can have the right way. So instead of fixing them up, selling them, or whatever, everybody has what they want to do is the problem. But I know that anything that we've done, see that we said we're going to be to 40,000 purchasing the houses, we have them in the proper way. That's what we've done. So definitely consider us this opportunity. That would be awesome.
So, for general contracting services, or like the mail,
even both.
but we have your information.
Yeah, we also do it. Do a lot of kids and also to help people to trace the kids as well. So actually, sometimes with these houses, to teach the trade to the kids. Not everybody goes to college, but have a trade. You have something to find out about this business, so they can be successful and have it. So that's one thing that we do a lot.
Let me ask a couple questions. So you entertain being a developer or being a contractor? You do both.
Both.
Are you certified as a minority business center?
Yes.
Statements, that's like. What else? Yeah. Those are good.
So, for example, what is, is there a difference?
No, well, no, when we award a contract, we have not, we do it by a request for proposal. We don't do it by low bid. And the reason we don't do it solely by low bid is because we want to have contract. We want to make sure we have time. We do like, minority business contractors are something that's in our charter to advance those that are minority owned businesses.
Right.
And in fact, Medea, who's been doing our legacy cities with us, is a minority business contractor. I don't, they have the right. They are. They're women owned. So we have it, and we're not bound to do that, but we do like to do that. Right. One of the things we find is what grants, a lot of times when we get a grant, we get money, they have a condition in there that you have, which is fine with us. And one of the challenges in a form of election, one of the challenges is finding competent MBWB contractors. There's a lot of them that are not that good.
Yes.
So, part of our goal is to encourage those in our to be successful.
Yeah, that's good, I like to hear both sides.
Yeah.
Nothing,
No, yeah, we're not, yeah.
it's good, I just like to work with water.
Yeah.
So that's it, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of contractors in general that I think
Right.
we tried to work with
Absolutely.
over time.
Yeah.
And we're always trying to meet new
Yes.
people and
Yeah,
broad,
yeah.
we were working on keeping them open. So
Right. It's very
It's been hard.
Because we also have the
Oh, wow.
it's like now, we.
Wow.
Showing me pictures of providing
Someone coming in investing.
and
from
coming and investing in
Canada.
big, yeah. out of it.
Yeah, I think, I think
It's a big
having a
challenge.
widening our
Things
pool of
change.
people
Have changed.
supports us. Great.
Right.
Yeah.
One of our challenges,
Sorry.
I just got violated. Having a conversation. during- I'm gonna do it anyway. One of our challenges is getting houses to do stuff. If you look at our the houses that we control, it's 3, 4, it's not a lot. And we have 4 of them in the legacy cities, putting up another queue, so one of the challenges we've had, that's our conversation with the city council, is, we'd like to get more of these houses that are just land and do something. But
It's not like that people not asking. It's not asking. I just want to get the house.
Right.
To make it work like before.
let's do it. We don't want to be, I'm gonna argue the no, preach for a minute. We don't want to go back and do what the city used to do with auction law. Took the houses and who knows what happened, and some of them got done, some of them got. Franklin Avenue was vacant for 40
Equal.
40 years.
Okay. So the house.
40 years.
Oh my gosh, that's
What you just said. Exactly. I know that that city. Also, I know for a fact that they told that to what city had houses. So exactly what they told. That's what happened. So both one time that aspect of it.
Go for the next one. Yeah.
But the soldier, that's still. How it's still.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So.
it's like firefighters.
So the family has put on this house, right? It's a lot of money.
Oh,
But the guy that the talented to do it, but it's still expensive. Still is, it's not an easy task. But if you stay in task, if you did what you said, it's what you did. You didn't take them, sell them, even during this time here, everybody was market was high.
Flip it.
Still held on to it, still made sure that the people can have similar effects with affordable housing. And make sure that still water, still right. Still the right thing that we did. So that's my point.
It's pretty, I mean, as a group of people doing this, as a nonprofit organization, it's hard enough to do it private. Huge. Yeah, so to Bob's point too, though, I think the private helpful things that anybody can do is call their member or proposed resolution. Getting like just obtaining the profits from the city has been a real challenge, but it continues to be a challenge because there's nothing really in place that allows us to acquire these properties, like very much being treated. So, yeah, this has been years of effort to try to set something up that would allow the land bank that they also set up to work. I think we're nearing the finish line of at least phase one of the project. And
And like, we've got a bunch of times. By the time we get it, they've sat there for 5, 6, 40, years.
I would
And,
say.
by the time you get it, all the mechanics, electric, everything, shot, sense. So the sooner we get, it,
Right.
the less. They didn't clean them out.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
they came back with that.
that'd be a complication.
It really
That's why Mr. Chair said no. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm gonna make confirmation.
Perhaps confused.
Exactly. I did take my. So. So thank you for giving us
Oh,
opportunity.
yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you again.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We'll be on the
Oh,
website.
Let's keep talking.
About.
Oh, yeah,
Let's keep
definitely.
talking. Exactly what we're trying.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure.
Difficulty getting the word out.
I know.
As you said, our website's not.
No, it's-
And we have technical issues now that we're going hybrid meeting, so. we should-
Right.
The
Okay.
application process is
You're-
on the
Oh,
website.
yeah, definitely.
The application process.
There are opportunities, there's something called a home purchase form. And you fill this out. Then we will contact. Or not we, but Pastor, which is our council department, contacts family. Verify credentials.
What might that?
Yeah, so it's Kingston City Land Bank, KCLB.
I already have it. It just, that form was,
That's good.
Well, it's right with you.
It got updated and it broke through and then.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, that form wasn't, yeah.
Hopefully it works.
It works now.
It works now.
All right, I will do it, yeah, okay, all right, okay. I need to do that,
It's just sort of like.
okay.
Automatically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other opportunities that say tabs, it's a join our board. And then there's just a little application here. That's just. And then we do it.
We should do both.
Sure.
Seriously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, podcast.
Somebody.
Podcast.
But as this is a recorded meeting, any member of the public can also go to our website and apply to be on the board, same as anybody else in the city of Kingston. Have to be a city of Kingston resident. Oh, of course. Yeah, thank you for coming. Please come back. We're the fourth Monday of every month. Supposed to be in that room. Supposed to have better audio visual, so you can always zoom in, you know, if you want to zoom, but please come back.
No, it's a pleasure. We really, yeah, of course.
Healthy.
Thank you so much. Yes, of course.
Yeah, later.
Perfect. Chair.
So you don't want any Halloween candy?
Thank you.
We need the broker for giving us this room, so. I think it is. That's a different. I think it is. Oh, you get stickers and evidence.
Okay. Thank you.
So you come down here and see it. You're really for it.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you all. Thank you.
That's how I do it. I'll send out our regards.
I will.
See you.
Take care.
sometime soon. Nice to meet you.
Please. Now.
Vote to go to executive
Right.
session. Go to executive session.
Motion to executive session, purposes of discussing employee contracts. Executive session means that all members of the public and any non-board members are unceremoniously kicked out. Is there a motion?
Motion.
By.
Bye, Kyle. Thank you. Bye, Erica. Thank you.
Motion passed by majority. Okay. Mike, would you mind sticking around?
Sure. Be happy to.
Everyone?
If I could make a recommendation, I think with Aaron and the audio visual, could I see if one of these rooms is open? It might be easier. So he can hear us.
Play the back.